first AEW Grand Slam Australia. It happened this past weekend, February 14th, 2026 in Sydney, Australia, in the Kudos Bank Arena. It was an interesting event, to say the least. Jon Moxley, Konosuke Takeshita ended in a time limit draw for the AEW Continental Championship. It was a time limit draw, 20 minutes. So there's no winner, no lose. Continue this rivalry. Takeshita being the heel, Moxley being now sort of a babyface with the crowd. Very interested to see how that shakes out. And we're going to talk about this match for a second. AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship. The Babes of Wrath, Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale, retained the tag team championships against Mega Bad. That is Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. So when we talk about Australia, there were a lot of Australian wrestlers featured on the card. And of course, one of them being Harley Cameron, who is from Australia as well, won in Australia, big in her home country. Conrad has called her the Rock of women's professional wrestling. She's a heck of a talent in AEW and is coming along. And I'm very excited to see what she can do, not only outside of the ring. You know, obviously we know she likes to play with puppets, but in the ring, she's greatly improved. And of course, the big time match we want to talk about here, who's going to challenge for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship at Revolution. There's no surprise here. Hangman Adam Page defeated Andrade, who is a member of the Don Callis family. Andrade, who was previously just in WWE. Hangman Adam Page is going to challenge MJF for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship at Revolution. It is going to be a Texas death match. And thank goodness me, if Adam Page loses to MJF, he won't be able to challenge for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship as long as he lives. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. That deserves an ovation. So hopefully this will be the last time Hangman Adam Page will be challenging for that title for a while here. Now we got an interesting mixed tornado tag team hair versus hair match. Gosh, what a wasted use of Tony Storm in Australia. They have her tag teaming with Orange Cassidy. Did you see this? They had Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy dancing in the middle of the ring. I was so embarrassed as a wrestling fan.
Again, I am more of a casual on the AEW side. I watch them every now and then, yes, and I see a lot of their clips. I love MJF, and I love a lot of the talent that they have over there. I just think that it gets a little bit too jokey, and it's a little bit too, I'm trying to be different from this other company. That's the only thing I don't like about AEW. I think they do have a lot of talent over there, and I think they're wasting it with doing this mixed tag team.
Yeah, it's just you know what it feels like, Ryan? It feels like they're just trying to put more people on the card, and they're not even really tag teams. It doesn't make any sense.
It seems like they're just throwing people together to show WWE that, hey, we're gonna have a 5-hour show, 6-hour show, and it's just like, dang, dude, that's what y'all want to be known as.
It's a mess, Ryan. I'm telling you. And they defeated the Death Riders of Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir, which, oh, that's brutal. And by the way, because Wheeler Yuta got pinned, this is probably the best part of the night. He got his head shaved. That's got to be the best part, to see Wheeler Yuta, that ridiculous haircut. Gone. We're going to shave that thing. I'm sure Tony Khan was like, listen, Wheeler Yuta, I hate that haircut so much. You just want to be in a hair match. You just got to get you shaved.
As you see what I got, I am never going to be in a hair match unless it's against, I don't know, them headphones right there. I'm gonna be honest.
Bill Watts booked too many hair matches. You can't book too many hair matches. Speaking of too many matches, we had another ladder match, but this time it's for the AEW TNT Championship. We knew Kyle Fletcher would retain in his home country of Australia. He got a babyface reaction despite being a heel, going up against one of the most beloved babyfaces in the entire company, Mark Briscoe. Kyle Fletcher retained the AEW TNT Championship. Is this just been the most interesting title exchange in all of 2026? Let me explain this to you. So Tommaso Ciampa comes in from WWE. He beats Mark Briscoe to win the AEW TNT Championship. Everybody thinks he's a psycho killer heel. Then he hugs Mark Briscoe. They make up. And then Kyle Fletcher comes out, confronts Tommaso Ciampa. And wait a minute, a Dynamite 11 days later, Kyle Fletcher defeated Tommaso Ciampa to win the AEW TNT Championship. Tommaso Ciampa has an 11-day reign as champion. That was it. He came in from WWE, got a big push, won his first match in. Then he loses it to Kyle Fletcher, and now he's nowhere to be spoken of on AEW on the show at Grand Slam Australia, and he's just having another match with Mark Briscoe. And I like these guys as athletes, not as Hollywood stuntmen, but okay.
I have a serious question.
Yeah.
On the booking in the past month to 2 months, because I know you're deep diving in both of these.
Yeah.
Who has had better booking, WWE or AEW?
God, WWE.
Like, is Triple H is Triple H getting too much flack for his booking?
Yes.
Compared to like the other promotion?
Yes.
Is
I think it's easy to point the finger at Paul Levesque. Obviously, he's got a whole creative team under him. But yeah, I mean, he's going to get a lot of flack. You're not going to win with everybody when it comes to creative. Creative is subjective, as Jeff Jarrett would say. But I just think with Tony Khan, I mean, unless Ciampa's injured, is Tommaso Ciampa injured and someone's not telling me? I want to know, is Tommaso Ciampa injured? Is somebody? I don't know. I have serious concerns about this. I really am. I don't know if he's going to be healthy or not. I have serious concerns. I really do. But okay, Kyle Fletcher's got the AWTNT championship. He's an emerging star. I get it. Have him with a belt. Great. I don't have a problem with this. Okay, here comes the main event here. MJF defeated Brody King to retain the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Nobody thought there was going to be a title change. Nobody thought he was going to lose the belt. None of that happened. None of that happened. Okay, none of it happened. Nobody thought it was going to happen. Great retainment by MJF. So now we're going to lead to this. Yeah, it's going to be great. Listen, he retained the title. It's great. By the way, AW Revolution is going to be March 15th, 2026 at the Crypto.com Arena, Los Angeles, California, and they are 3 matches announced. I'm going to list those matches off right now. The MJF is going to be the champion. He's going to defend versus Hangman Adam Page. If Page loses, he'll be never able to challenge for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship ever again. Now, you have FTR.
Like, do you mean like ever again as MJF? I'm sorry.
I guess as long as MJF is champion, to answer your question. Yeah, and by the way, Ryan, you are asking questions that every fan would ask because that's how Tony Khan books. It's just people ask more questions than they have answers. So FTR of Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood are going to defend the AEW World Tag Team Championship as heels with Stokely Hathaway as their manager against the Young Bucks. So just another Young Bucks FTR match once again. And, nice tag team match. It's par for the course in AEW. And, of course, now this match will have no time limit for the AEW Continental Championship. John Moxley will defend the AEW Continental Championship against Konosuke Takeshita. So they're going to have another Takeshita-Moxley match on AEW Revolution because we already saw 20 minutes of them, and now we want to see 20 more minutes of them, which doesn't make any sense. I thought we already saw enough, but we're going to see more. Hopefully Takeshita wins there, but we'll see. We're going to give our official predictions on the March 15th edition of Wrestling on the Spectrum. Now, let's talk about WWE for a second. WWE, I talked about a box in the cold open. They have a box, okay? It looks like it. I swear to God, it's a large wooden box. Won't be open until Elimination Chamber on February 28th. It's going to be in Chicago. We're going to give our official predictions next week for Elimination Chamber. However, large box. I have no idea what's inside this box, but anything that comes out of a box is over. If what comes out of that box is as good as Terry Funk, then that's darn impressive if a Hall of Famer comes out of that box because I'm so excited.
And watch it be the Masked Man.
Oh, God. Who's under that mask? Paul now.
Oh, yeah. I know Logan. I think it's either Grayson Waller.
Oh, God.
For some reason, or, man, spin it back. You never know. It could really be. No, we saw around Austin too, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't be Austin.
They already did Austin again.
Yeah, it's like, and it keeps doing the curb stomp, and it's like, we know what you're trying to do.
It could be Seth, but I feel like they're going to make it so obvious again.
Yeah, if it's Seth, that's going to be a really huge letdown. Also, shout out to Seth. I was watching his interview on Club Shay Shay as well.
Yeah, he had a great interview on Club Shay Shay, by the way. And for those who don't know, Seth is an amazing in-ring worker, and he talked about on there how he turned down triple the money to go to TNA, to go to WWE, NXT, and really prove himself, and he certainly has. And he talked about the breakup of the Shield. It was such an interesting interview. I've seen Seth everywhere, though. I've seen Seth on First Take. I'm seeing Seth doing a lot of interviews on a lot of different shows. So I'm looking forward to that. And obviously, if you want to contribute, certainly can. I'll answer all of your wrestling questions here that are prevalent and going on in the world of professional wrestling. So if you're interested in the YouTube chat and want to ask a question, you certainly can. I'm inclined to answer any wrestling question going on right now. But Ryan, are there any notable unboxings that you can remember in wrestling that you thoroughly enjoyed or thoroughly added to tape?
Crazy. I'm actually having a blank. I always remember like guys getting like maybe revealed as a dude that came and like did something, but like I don't remember people just boxing.
Do you remember when Brother Love came out of a box with The Undertaker? I think that was on Valentine's Day.
Actually, yeah. Now that I think about it, yeah.
We know Terry Funk came out of a box when he debuted as Chainsaw Charlie. That was back in 1998. I'm just trying to think of the more unpopular wrestling unboxings. that have happened. And of course, Vince Russo's had a bunch of them that never made any sense. But in all seriousness, like how many unboxings you've had in wrestling? Now, these are the matches announced for the Elimination Chamber. Now, we're going to give our official predictions next week. CM Punk versus Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship. For the Women's Intercontinental Championship, it'll be Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. Now, for the Women's Elimination Chamber match for a World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania 42, Liv Morgan is going to announce her decision on Monday. It's going to be either Jade Cargill or Stephanie Vaquer. Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Kiana James have qualified for the chamber on the women's side. And on the men's side, Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, and Trick Williams have qualified. One spot is still remaining open. Many people believe it's Jacob Fatu or who's ever in that box. Or could it be a women's wrestler in the box? Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Kiana James. Could it be a female wrestler?
I hope not. I don't know
inside that box.
But I'm saying, who would they even bring back? Who is a female wrestler right now?
Would you get excited if Lita came out of the box
to wrestle?
Yeah, like in the chamber.
Yeah, she has. I don't see her winning, and I don't see her.
No, I don't see her winning it. But I don't come out of the box.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But like, I would rather see somebody like that. I think would not a part timer come out of the box. Maybe I would prefer like maybe a Paige to come back or like
that would work.
I feel like somebody like if you're gonna bring back a women's wrestler, I feel like the women's side has been elevated so much, and the talent is so great that I think if we could bring back somebody that was not a pioneer, but somebody who really was a part of that revolution, that I think it would really work out. I would love to see Paige come back.
Yeah, I would love to see Paige back as well. I think that would be a positive way. She's coming out of a box. She's instantly over. I'm just curious. Is it a hardcore wrestler? Is there some tie to Terry Funk? We know he came out of a box. I know we're going to give our official predictions on this next week, but it's interesting. It's just interesting. I don't know. I think there's a lot going on in WWE right now, and I don't want to cast aspersions, but how are we feeling? Are we feeling, Ryan? I want the temperature check. How are we feeling about WrestleMania? CM Punk and Roman Reigns on one side, likely Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and Jacob Fatu on the other side. Are we feeling good? What is the temperature here?
I'm feeling really, 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 really ecstatic. Actually, I'm really ready to see.
You
Roman.
are?
Yeah, I'm really ecstatic. I love Jacob Fatu, and I actually love how the American Nightmare is just a dog right now. He's just been real. I like how Cody has something in him to make it be like he's not just a face. He can turn that switch, and he's not going to turn that switch like now, but I can see it forming. If you get what I'm saying,
yes.
And I think WrestleMania is going to be that breaking point. If they let Fatu pin him or anything like that, I could see Cody getting pinned at WrestleMania. I
think Cody takes the pin, but it's either going to be Fatu or McIntyre.
He's taking the pin on Fatu for me. I want him to take the pin on Fatu.
You want Fatu to win it at Mania, not SummerSlam?
I want Fatu to win it at Mania.
I would love to see him win it at Mania personally.
I think it's Fatu's time right now, and then at SummerSlam, if Braun Breaker stays healthy, it could be Breaker. But I could also see Obafemi winning it at SummerSlam.
Now, who do you have Brock wrestle at Mania? Because Brock's coming back to Raw in Atlanta. Now, I'll give you 3 names, and you need to pick one of them. Gunther, Obafemi, or LA Knight, who wrestles Brock at Mania?
Obafemi or LA Knight, who wrestles Brock?
Yeah, or Gunther.
And you said Brock, as in Brock Lesnar?
Brock Lesnar, yeah, okay. Brock Lesnar.
I would want to see Oba versus Brock, but I don't think Brock is going to put him over yet.
Fair enough.
So, and if LA Knight goes against Brock, it's going to be a squash.
Fair enough. Okay. Now let's put our booking hats on for a second. Brock beats LA Knight at Mania, and then have Gunther beat Brock to retire Brock in Minneapolis, because Brock collegiately wrestled in Minnesota. So if Brock is going to retire, have him retire at SummerSlam in Minneapolis by having Gunther defeat Lesnar, and then having just Lesnar squash LA Knight at WrestleMania.
But the thing is, if LA Knight gets squashed by a guy who's going to retire in the summer, does that even help him at all? Like, I would rather see LA Knight go up against Bronson Reed.
That's fair, and that's fine.
Or I would rather.
Would you rather see Lesnar squash somebody WrestleMania or see Lesnar put over somebody WrestleMania?
I would rather see Lesnar put over somebody,
that's
but
fine.
I would rather see a banger. I'd rather see a banger ass match. I'm gonna be honest.
Fine.
I'd rather see Brock Lesnar go up against another dog, and that's it, and see a banger match, and then get pushed put over Gunther at the end.
I think he puts over Gunther at SummerSlam, but
Yeah.
is he going to put over somebody at SummerSlam and Mania is the question.
Just the thing, because Brock is one of those guys that if he disappears and comes back, he still has his aura, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's like, if he I'd rather him put over somebody.
That's
if
fair.
I have to choose that. But I'd rather just see a banger-ass match, and then I wouldn't care about the result, personally. But if we have to either have him squash somebody or put over somebody, I'd rather him just have a good match and put over a younger star.
You put him over a younger star.
I'd rather
Mania.
him put over. If it's Obafemi, I'd be cool with that. If it's like, I don't see any. Even
so
if
Lesnar
Trick
puts
Williams,
over Obafemi, you're cool with it at WrestleMania, obviously.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah.
Okay,
I'd be cool.
No,
with
that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense
LA
to me.
Knight feels too unrealistic. Brock would end. That's what Card Central said, and I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. I wouldn't want Brock to go up against LA Knight. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
I'd want to see, if I want to see LA Knight fight at WrestleMania, I just want to see LA Knight versus Austin Theory.
Right.
Or,
I agree with that.
know,
LA Knight
something
Austin
like
Theory would be a
It'd
better
be a banger.
technical match. I love that match. And of course, when we come back, we are going to talk about all of the great